Hi there, and this is a quick review of the Fitbit, the Surge. Now, just to give you a little bit of background on this. Originally, I was a wearer of the Microsoft 2 Band, a fantastic little piece of kit, packed with all sorts of gadgets and gizmos, which I really liked and really enjoyed. It had complete compatibility with, excuse cigarette, but some of us are still smokers. Right, okay then, with my, let's just get rid of that, with my Nokia phone. Okay, now, as you can see, I had the Microsoft Band, which offered me all sorts of features and all sorts of functionality. Okay, now as you can see there, we have got all sorts of bits. Now if I tap on that, and we have all sorts of little, focus. I don't think it's going to focus. All sorts of little settings. Right, okay then. No, that is not going to focus. It's decided, sod you. But anyway, we had all sorts of little settings, and we could access the band, access personal data. Oh, what are you doing? Don't do that. Right. Personalize the band, manage the tiles, replace the band, my phone. Right, so with Microsoft Band, basically, Microsoft Band, basically, I have full control of my phone from my wrist. One bare wrist. Okay, no band there. Okay, now, in spite of the fact that the Microsoft Band is a really nice piece of kit, unfortunately, Microsoft got it drastically wrong when it came to build quality. The build quality of it was diabolical, to say the least. Now, I replaced the band. I was originally aware of Band 1, which again I thought was a fantastic little piece of kit. There wasn't a lot of real estate there on the screen, but functionality and connectivity with a Windows phone was absolutely brilliant. Okay, I'm just clicking on Fitbit there. Band 2, much improved. The ability to dictate text, call up phone book, initialize phone calls, find out information, getting news updates, getting kick updates, being able to read snapshots of emails on the phone, being able to see who was calling me, whether it was a number displayed or whether it was somebody in my phone book. Absolutely brilliant. Being able to actually accept or reject the call, again, absolutely fantastic. But the problem was, right, turning back to the Fitbit, was that, as you can see with this, it's not as long as the Band 2, but what we had here was that along this line here, where soft meets hard, there was a split that went across it. Okay, and then that split started to travel down the strap, and the strap basically started to separate. Now, this was my second band in the space of 4 months, and I decided, sod it, I've had enough of the band, so therefore I will try Fitbit. Overall, with the Fitbit Surge, I can't say that I'm very impressed. It seems to have some sort of microphone there, or maybe it's some sort of air vent. I don't know. I'm not sure, because the instructions that come with this little gizmo are about as clear as mud. Now, yes, I don't know what was happening there. I certainly haven't walked 1,865 steps. Oh, right, well, my heartbeat is still 87 beats a minute, which is really, really odd, considering that I'm not wearing it, and perhaps it's picking up pulse from my fingers. I don't know. I certainly haven't walked 0.83 of a mile, and I haven't burnt off 628 calories. Correctly, it says that I haven't walked any steps, but and then we're back onto clock face. Then we have run, exercise, timer. I'm not too sure what this does. Oh, I see. Now, no, I don't actually want to do that. Whoa, stop. Reset. Aha. So well, there's a feature, so I can scroll through and set the timer up to 95 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay. So, as you can also see, it's a touchscreen. So there's the timer, then we've got alarms. There's no alarm set on this thing at the moment. Set on mobile or web. So I have no way of actually setting an alarm on the watch, which is not very good. Then we've got the settings. We've got shutdown, info, backlight, notifications, Bluetooth, heart rate, and what have you. And then back to run, and then we're back to the clock. Now, going up to my laptop here, we have, now this is actually the Fitbit interface. Whoops. Let's just, right, so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. The Fitbit interface, I mean, you know, food plan, friends, hourly goal activity, premium, recent exercise, week's activity. These are tabs that I can add. But you know, it's telling me to set the alarm via the web, which how does that work? Activity, you know, we have, okay then, power active minutes, you know, I mean, yeah. So setting the alarm via the web, I mean, how does that work exactly? I'm not at all sure. So we shall go back to the telephone. We shall flick onto that. Add friends, no, I don't want to. Daily shutdown, daily goal, weekend warrior, work week hustle, food log, exercise, water log, scan barcode, So setting an alarm. Aha. While your tracker in bed, your Fitbit's alarm use quiet vibrations to wake you or use them discreetly to remind. So if I click on that, and I can set the alarm to whatever time I want. So it's the fact that you've got to trawl through all these menus it spoils it. The interface is absolutely terrible. If we flick over to Microsoft Health, we can do the All About Me. I'm not too sure I should have clicked on that, but yeah, I mean, it's alright. Sleep activity, 90% optimal. Daily calorie burn, yeah, I'm not moving them out much these days. Bests, longest duration and longest burn. We got steps. Basically with this piece of kit, I can control and configure it how I want it. I can do exactly what I want to do, where I want to do it. With the Fitbit, yeah, I can do things with this, but I can't do as much as I could do with the band. With the band, it has on this side a large sensor type of thing, and on this side was the charging clasp, and basically it just unhooked, ping, and then went into the charger. Now, and what's happened here with the band? Something's gone wrong with it already. Oh, right, there we go. My bad. So there's none of the wires, there's none of the battery compartments or anything down the bottom. It doesn't need anything. Yeah, I can wear it in the shower, I can wear it while I go swimming, and it can track more or less similar sort of things to what the band could do, but then again there are a lot of features that it can't do that the band could. Now I realise that these things are made primarily for Android phones, but me being me, I like the Nokia phone. I have had a Nokia phone for several years now. They've always been relatively reliable, straightforwards, absolutely no issues whatsoever. However, the question remains, will I actually be able to get it on with this band? And I think that the honest answer is no. I'm used to a certain standard, I'm used to a certain operating system, I'm used to a certain interface. That doesn't mean that I'm going to give up on it. I'm going to give it a couple of weeks, and if it doesn't work out, then I will take it back and say it's not really working for me, and most probably get my money back, because ultimately this is a replacement item. It's not actually the item that I wanted. It's not the item that I initially bought. So we'll just have to see. I'll have to be very careful with it and make sure that the screen does not get scratched, and that nothing untoward happens to it. But the bottom line is, it's a poor copy of the band. And apparently I'm getting so stressed out at the moment. Oh, there we go. Right, so that's not entirely accurate how that's been working. But yeah. So Fitbit, well, if you do a lot of exercise, if you want to watch your weight, if you want to watch what you eat, etc., go for it. if you want a watch that is a true smartwatch that has all the functionality to interface properly with your Windows, well, hopefully Microsoft will bring out Band 3 with a much improved design, better durability, better wearability. As I say, with Band 1, that completely disintegrated after about 8-9 months, maybe 10 months. It was replaced by Band 2, which then for whatever reason kept shutting itself off as soon as the battery got to 75%, I think it was. Left it on an overnight charge, as quite often I did, as was recommended, and then from there on in, it just at 75% just shut itself down and kept telling me that the battery had run out. But when I turned it back on, it said that I had 60, 70, 80% battery. So that made no sense. So they actually replaced it with the band that I had. The band that I had was working absolutely perfectly. There were no issues with it at all, except for along here a split started, and the split started not only here, but then it started to come down here as well, and the whole rubber piece was starting to peel off the strap. Didn't affect the functionality of the watch. The watch still worked. However, I don't think that when you're paying £200 for a watch that it should do that, to be honest. So that's my review of the Fitbit Surge. It works, sort of. Functionality is clunky. You can't do exactly what you want to do with it, but I'll trial it, I'll see how it goes, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching.